I wanted to do a quick video on nuclear weapons and God being a consuming fire and how I see them as related. There is scripture, and I'm not sure exactly where it's at. It's in one of Paul's letters for sure, that it says, "By him is everything held together, and by him everything is made." And if you look at what we've tried to do, what we do with nuclear weapons, what are we doing? We're splitting the atom, and enormous amounts of energy is released that kills people. It literally turns people to ashes like that, immediately, if they're close enough to it. And I just think in some way, thankfully we've only used it once in our life, and it saved many, many lives from invading Japan. If we would have invaded Japan, many, many more people would have died on both sides. And, but my point behind it is, you can look at Fukushima and different nuclear reactor accidents and realize, God is a consuming fire. We're playing in the realm, in splitting the atom, we're playing in the realm where we shouldn't be playing, where we shouldn't be, and that's where he's going to have to step in, because we will destroy ourselves. Sooner or later, there's a nuclear war coming. And, Peter talks about the world being reserved for fire. And I don't think it's necessarily talking about nuclear weapons as it is God being a consuming fire, Yahweh being a consuming fire, and sending his son back. But by him all things were made, and all things are held together. So when we split the atom, we are it can be very, very deadly. Obviously, it's the potential there in nuclear reactors. But nuclear weapons are an obvious thing that they're consuming fire. It's like, and it's on a small scale, of course, in comparison to like a star or something like that. But the fact, and that's one of the things I believe, that the stars are consuming fire. It says the heavens declare the glory of the Lord. And then and that's in Psalms, I believe. And then in Exodus, it talks about the glory of the Lord being like a consuming fire. And in Hebrews 12, the last verse of that chapter, it says, "Our God is a consuming fire." And you can find many, many references to that. And to me, it's just there's a reason why we can't be out in space, because of the radiation levels. Just like people can't go and stay around the Chernobyl because of the radiation levels being so high. So I'm not necessarily against nuclear, but I think it's something that we need to realize. As technology increases, to me, a nuclear weapon is a sign that we're close to the end. The fact that we built nuclear weapons and we have so many that can completely destroy this planet. So, just a random thought. I don't know if it's of any use to anyone, but it's a random thought that you might spur some thoughts in you. Shalom.